So the first thing that I'm going to do here is solo the vocal track and pick out an area to loop. And then we'll play that, and I'm going to go to the Acoustica mixer and do my first bit of equalizing to make it sound a little better.
Well, I'm waiting on the sun.
That's very bassy from here. Fault of the microphone, and we'll try to get that out.
Rise, 'cause I guess I'm too blind to see. Well, I'm waiting on the sunrise, 'cause I guess I'm too blind to see.
And even with that low pulled all the way down, it's still very low endy. So what we're going to do is click the effects button here and select an equalizer. We'll use the Acoustica EQ. Click edit. Click play.
Well, I'm waiting on the sunrise, 'cause I guess I'm too blind to see.
Pull out those low end frequencies, especially 32, 63. Those are frequencies, those are sub lows, and the human voice just does not put those frequencies out. So there's no reason for those to be there. You're just going to get pops when you say words with P's in them, T's, things like that. I'm going to tweak this a little bit more with this equalizer.
Well, I'm waiting on the sunrise, 'cause I guess I'm too blind to see. Well, I'm waiting on the sunrise, 'cause I guess I'm too blind to see. Well, I'm waiting.
Okay, I've got a basic EQing, and the next thing I'm going to want to do is add a VST compressor to smooth this out even more. And you could use the classic compressor or the Acoustica compressor. I prefer to use the Vox Steady Stereo, and it's a very simple and aggressive compression unit. I always click the dual and the low cut, and then that pulls it down so much that you need to up the output gain a little bit, and that should even this out even more.
And on the sunrise, 'cause I guess I'm too blind to see.
Everything's very smooth right there. And then what I'm going to want to do is add a stereo effect to make this sound big in your speakers. This is going to make it sound very large. There's all kinds of stereo widening plugins for free out there on the internet. You can even use I think this classic chorus. I think they have a vocal spread, they call it, and it will do basically the same thing.
Well, I'm waiting on the sunrise, 'cause I guess I'm too blind to see.
So you could use that. I prefer to use the PSP pseudo stereo, and I like the overheads 2 setting.
Well, I'm waiting on the sunrise, 'cause I guess I'm too blind to see.
And what that does, as I explained earlier, is separate the stereo with a little bit of delay between the two, and gives you a very big sound. There's another way to do that without using any plug-in, and I'll see if I can demonstrate that really quickly here for you. What you would do is right-click on the track here, and you're going to want to duplicate the track. Now I have the exact same thing on both tracks. Pan one all the way to the left, pan the other all the way to the right. Zoom in as far as you can possibly zoom in and move one of them. I'll have to turn my snap off here up at the top so I can move it freely. Move one of them a little bit so they're not quite in line with each other. Just like that. Zoom back out and see what that sounds like with both of those soloed.
Well, I'm waiting on the sunrise.
And if you do it more, it gets a little extreme.
'Cause I guess I'm too blind.
So there's a little trick for you. But basically, I am going to do this with the plugin. So we'll go back and turn on the pseudo stereo plugin and zoom back out a little bit and redo our loop selection. Play that.
Well, I'm waiting on the sunrise.
And I'm going to need to put that back in the center if it's going to sound right.
'Cause I guess I'm too blind to see. Well,
Okay, we've got a pretty decent sound there. Now we're going to want some reverb. You could use the Acoustica reverb or the classic reverb, I believe they have. Yeah, I'll use the Acoustica reverb. And I know from using this a lot that I tend to like no high frequency damping. I like to hear a lot of the S's. I like a little bit of an extended reverberation with a little bit less of it. So it's not so prominent, but it lasts longer. Maybe 7. Let's try that.
waiting on the sunrise, 'cause I guess I'm too blind to see. Well, I'm waiting on the sunrise.
Okay, that's pretty good. Now, if you're doing a song that's heavy metal or something that needs delay, just go ahead and add that right in last, and whatever else you'd like in there. But the main important parts are the equalizer, the compression, hardware and software, and some type of stereo separation to make it sound big. Now we'll play that with the music and see what it sounds like.
Well, I'm waiting on the sunrise, 'cause I guess I'm too blind to see. Why my baby's out with some other guy, why she's not here with me. Well, I guess that girl don't love me anymore.
Now this second verse I sing higher, which makes it louder, and it should be about the same level as the lower toned verse here. So let's go back a little bit and then go into that second one.
Don't love me anymore. Yeah, she spent my money, stole my heart, and now her boyfriend's driving my new car. You know, when they were leaving, she put a dent in my door. For sure, something tells me she don't love me no more.
Now at the end of this, you want to get rid of as much hiss as possible, and this is going to be hissing because it's a live microphone. So if we solo that, you can hear the music in the background. So what you're going to want to do is trim that up, zoom in so you can get the best, closest trimming possible. Put a point about right at the end of the waveform, and then fade the rest of it real quick. So what you're going to hear is this as far as vocals. And it disappears, and all you have is music afterwards. And that also applies for the beginning of the vocal. What I normally do with the beginning of the vocal here is pull that as close as possible, put a point right where it starts, and fade it in very quickly. And we'll solo that and show you how that sounds by itself.
Well, I'm waiting.
Nothing before, nothing after. And that should get you going with a decent vocal sound. You may need to tweak some EQing depending on your microphone, add more or less reverb, different effects, things like that. And also what's going to make a big factor in your complete sound and how the vocals stand on top of the rest of the music is putting a compressor, a multi-band compressor, on the global effects, which would be a mastering technique. And that will take the entire song and compress it to where the vocals stand out a little better. There is a tutorial here, an 8-part tutorial on how to do stuff like that, more complete. Check that out, and we'll see you over at acoustica.com.